Hello everyone, this is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to the channel. In this video, we are going to have a look at this rebranding of file data which is called as Agno. Agno is a lightweight framework for building multi-modal agents. I have covered file data a lot on the channel in the last few months and maybe 1 year or so. And if you just go to my channel and search with file data, you should be able to find heaps of videos around it. As you can see, this one 11 months ago. So it is good to see that they are sort of putting new life into this project, because the file data was quite good too. So I'm hoping that this Agno would also be of the same quality. So in this video, we are going to install it and then we are going to see how exactly it works. The thing which jumps right out of this repo is that this framework looks quite simple, and I believe that is the need of our when it comes to agentic software. So Agno doesn't have any graphs, any chains, or any convoluted complex patterns. It is simply based on pure Python, and that is why it is not only simple, it is quite easy with very little footprint in the memory. Now it is truly agnostic. In this video, just to give you an overview of it, I'm going to use it with OpenAI's model, but in the next one I will be showing you how you can use it with Olama and also the GUI. But this video is just a pure installation and quick overview of this framework and multiple coding examples to get you started, not only in the single agent but also in the multi-agent arena, and just to show you how it works. So let's get started, and before that let me give a huge thanks to our sponsors of the video, who are AgentBot. AgentBot lets you effortlessly deploy a personalized knowledge bot across platforms like Discord, Slack, and others. It is ideal for open source tech communities and startups that provide user support, and I will drop the link to their website in video's description. So let's get started. This is my Ubuntu system, and let's quickly create a virtual environment. It is not mandatory but always a good idea to keep things separate. It is almost there, and while it creates it, and that's there it is, let's install the Agno. So I'm just doing pip install Agno, and I'm installing some auxiliary library, and I will also brief you shortly as why exactly I am installing these. So what exactly is the agent? Agent is an autonomous program that use models or LLMs to achieve tasks. What these agents do, they solve problems by running tools, accessing knowledge and memory to improve responses. So instead of a rigid binary definition, all you need to do is to provide these agents in English or any other language prompt, and then agents either use their tools or LLM's intelligence to accomplish that task. Agent could use knowledge, it could use memory, it could use both, it could use RAG, and the list goes on and on and on. So you see it is already installed, didn't take too long. Now let me set my OpenAI's API key, and for that all you need to do is to run this export and then put in your value, and you can grab your own key from platform.openai.com. that is a paid option. So let me set my key and clear the screen. So I have set my key and cleared the screen. Let me show you the code examples in my VS Code. So let me open that, and this is a VS Code, the key already set, and this is a basic example where we are importing this Agno agent. We are using GPT-4o model, and we are getting the role of this agent, that you're an enthusiastic news reporter with a flair for storytelling, and then we are asking it a question. There is no tool being used, no memory, no knowledge base. It is simple agentic response which we are going to get with this model. So let's go back here, and then we can simply run it with the Python. And as soon as I have run it, this is I always have liked about file data, the interface. You see it is thinking, and then it is telling me the breaking news story from Sydney, Australia, that Sydney climate really draws thousands. That's a breaking news. Okay, there you go. I think it has just made it up, I believe, or maybe it is from its training data set. But look at the way it has thought it out. It has really formatted it, and this has always been really cool about this file data, their interface. Cool. So this is a basic one, And then let's check it out, the tools one. The tool is could be your web browser or your something like any your API endpoint, anything external code source or any external function which you use with your agent. So in this case, we are just going with this headless browser DuckDuckGo. It's an open source browser, and we are making a web search. And I'm asking it to tell me about breaking news story from Perth. And the difference is that this time we are using these tools in this line number 8 with this agent spawned by Agno. So let's go here, and then let me clear the screen and we can run this with tools. There you go, thinking. And now it is using that DuckDuckGo, making the web search, and this looks much real time and better. So this is a breaking news from Perth. There you go. How good that looks. Real good stuff. And you see there is some images to Drake in Perth and Perth Festival. Not bad at all. Okay, so let me clear the screen from here, and then I'll go back to my VS Code. Now let's check out the knowledge. So knowledge source could be your any file, your database, or whatever your data repository is. For example, here we are importing all of this stuff. We are generating this agent, and then the instructions have been increased a bit more for a directed response. This is a knowledge base from their website which contains some Thai recipes. And then the question is that how do I make chicken and galangal in coconut milk soup, and what is the history of Thai curry. So knowledge, let's run it and see how it performs. Let's wait for it. There you go. So it says that no data set, so it is using the LaunchDB as a data store. It is converting it into numerical representation or embedding, storing it there, and then it is doing the knowledge search. So with the knowledge, with the broader context, grounded context, it is also going to use that web search, and it is creating that great stuff around galangal. And this is our second one. That looks good. Really good. And you see it is thinking, looks quite I would say solid. And if you quickly go through these responses, they are not bad at all. They are quite targeted, I would say. Interesting. Good stuff. Okay, now if you want to use multi-agent stuff where multiple agents are working autonomously but also collaborating, you can easily do that. For example, you see we are importing the libraries. We have defined two tools this time. One is for with Yahoo Finance tool, other one is the web browser. This is a web agent which is using DuckDuckGo tool at line number 10. This is a finance agent which is using this at line number 20, our Yahoo Finance tool with the stock price and that sort of stuff. And then we have combined these agents to form a team, and this team includes both web agent and finance agent in line 27. And then on the basis of these instructions, we are asking them to do some stuff. So you see, quite easy. That is really good. So let's try to run it and see what happens. Let me do it here. Again, it is thinking. Let's wait for it. I'll let it run so that you could also check out. So it is doing the market outlook and financial performance because we have combined both agents and we want them to not only use web browsing but also use the Yahoo Finance. And remember, this is a paid option, so not only you are getting charged for it for API calls, but also sometimes if you are really pounding it, you might also encounter some throttling issues. That is why it is always good idea to use a strong model locally in order to avoid cost, but sometimes it is necessary. Anyway, you see it took bit of a time, and then it is giving us the financial report from OpenAI, not from OpenAI, from Yahoo Finance by using OpenAI's model. And I'm also keeping an eye on my cost. So far, I think it has. I'm refreshing it. I think I'll just need to wait. So look, let's have a quick look here, and then I'll check my cost. So looks quite good. The whole report, not bad. So by using the LLM intelligence and with the tools in real time, it has done a real wonderful work. Good stuff. Real good stuff. So the cost is just under $1 for me, just running all of this stuff. US, I mean. Okay, so that's it. I hope that you enjoyed it. In the next video, I'm going to show you how you can run it with Olama based model. So stay tuned and subscribe to the channel and share the video, as that helps a lot. And towards the end, let me also thank our good sponsors at Mast Compute, who are sponsoring the VM and GPU. If you're looking to rent a GPU on very affordable price, or even CPU or VM, go to their website. I will also drop a 50% discount coupon in video's description. So have fun. Thank you very much.